This is the SplashDrone 4 filming edition. So, I've been waiting a week for this. It shipped, I don't know, a couple weeks ago from China, everyone's favorite country. And it was delayed by FedEx several times, so it took about a week longer than expected. Here it is. Pretty stoked. Gonna open this now. It's getting dark out and I won't test it until tomorrow. I got a nice big field out here, farm actually, that I can use. So, let's see. Can I get in? That's the question. There are locks. Nice. Let's start with, shall we, the main attraction. I don't know if it's the correct thing to do or not. Actually, I've watched a couple of these unboxings, and I think these pieces come out. Yes, they do. Whether or not they're supposed to come out first, I don't know. I'm going to continue. I've gone this far. We get the instructions. We all know what to do with those. No, that won't be the case. I'm going to do the other one now. I'm assuming this is the right way to do this. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it'll free up the drone. So here we are. This is the SplashDrone 4 filming edition. We got some spare, no, we got the props, actually, the props. I did buy spare props. So, so far so good. It seems pretty well made, solid. It's actually lighter than I thought, but the battery is not in it, so that I'm assuming adds considerable weight. Yeah. So here's the battery. So I shall charge that tonight, and tomorrow I will go for a test flight. I'm gonna actually put this down here. Put the battery back. Nothing spectacular about the battery. I'll put this here right in front of you guys. Maybe you can still see it. What else we got in here? It's like Christmas, you know. Okay, charging cables, USB. Put those aside. There's one more big thing that's important here out of this case. Okay, so this is the charger, obviously. And I did it the last minute. I actually, when I ordered this, I hit click. I hit basically pay with PayPal. And it was like, done, thank you for purchasing. And it moved on to the shipping phase already. And I wasn't quite finished with my purchase. I was actually in the stage of like thinking about it. And I wanted to see when I hit PayPal, which PayPal account it went to. And if I could use my PayPal USA credit. And it just went through to credit and USA account credit, done. Thank you for purchasing. So I panicked because I realized that I had purchased in the USA well, I hadn't purchased in the USA, but I decided upon, or chosen indirectly, not chosen, but it was coming with the USA. What is it, 120 volt? And this, I needed the 230, the European. So anyways, I panicked. I emailed them, and actually this company, SwellPro in China, has been extremely responsive with emails. Like really, really good with emails. So I'm quite happy about that, because I hate when companies don't respond. Here we go. So this is the remote control. Fully waterproof, actually, I don't know the technical term, IS67, whatever the hell it is, but this is fully waterproof. And also, obviously, this is fully waterproof, but this is also corrosion resistant and salt water proof, which is what I need, considering I'm going to be on a sailboat in the Mediterranean Sea, in the Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, and hopefully the North Sea, and maybe the Adriatic Sea. So anyways, cool remote. I'm loving the texture. You guys probably can't tell, but it's actually, it's not rubberized, but it definitely has a feel of like a rubberish coating to it. It's a matte finish with a kind of a rubberized feel. Very, very boat-like. Anyways, I'm gonna continue having fun here. This was just the unboxing. So I'll set it up now off camera, and tomorrow I'll be filming a little bit of my test flight. Hopefully I don't crash the fucker. Ciao. Okay, so welcome back. I took a brief break just to prepare the third part, possibly the most important part, well, at least for my use case. So this is the camera. This is the gimbal, 3-axis gimbal. Let's see if I can open this. At this point, some people are probably questioning, some of you are probably questioning whether I should be flying this thing, because I can't even open things. But once I get this open, we'll check out the camera. So this is their SwellPro's best camera. And it is 4K, 30 frames per second. Sony, I think it's a Sony sensor, I forget, but the specs are pretty good. High shutter, I think it's 1/6000th. It's got some pretty good specs. I don't know exactly how good it is, but the specs seem pretty good, and I just don't want to ruin it pulling this out. Here we go. I do love, I gotta say, the materials are pretty nice. It's machined aluminum, and it's pretty serious. This piece, I bought this SwellPro 4 actually, mainly on impulse. I had seen one video on it, and their YouTube channel offered a 10% discount if you use their whatever it was, sailing, I forget the name of the YouTube channel, but anyways, I got 10% off, and it was Black Friday, and so I saved significant money, not a lot, but basically VAT ended up being free, basically. So it's kind of an impulse, very much an impulse buy. But after I purchased it, and after I emailed them and asked for the right plug, and I settled down, because I was in a bit of a panic, because this is not cheap by any means. And once I settled down, I started watching some videos, some YouTube reviews, some videos, their own. I went on the webpage and did some more research, watched their videos. I really realized at that point that I had purchased the right one. As long as there were a couple things that were in question. The firmware, apparently, hopefully this came with the best firmware. I shouldn't say the best, maybe the best is a good word, but the updated firmware, because apparently updating the firmware is a bit of a pain, and you have to use a Windows PC, and I don't have that. I have a Mac, so I'm hoping the firmware is up to date. Actually, that's something I got to do right now, is check that. But as I started to research it and look at it more and more and watch more videos on it and realize its capabilities, the full potential of this drone is exactly what I'm looking for. Precisely the drone that is necessary for doing a sailing channel. I mean, it literally can splash in the water, and it can even land or crash land and then be upside down, and then literally flip itself back over upright just by turning on two props. And it just turns on the two props and it uprights itself, and then you can fly away. So salt waterproof, the remote's waterproof, camera's waterproof, and what's cool about this too, I bought the extension pole. So this mounts, however, I'm going to figure that out later, but this mounts on this. I don't know how high up you can see, but basically this extension pole mounts to the bottom of the drone, and you can land in the water, and you can film underwater at, I don't know, what is that, 40 meters, maybe 50 meters? Sorry, centimeters, 40, 50 centimeters. So the ability to land in the water and then film underwater, for instance, if there are dolphins, the obligatory dolphin chase scene thing, if the dolphins are at your bow, you can fly ahead. This is my idea, actually, what I want to do. One of the first things I want to do when I see dolphins is get this puppy out, get this puppy in the water, maybe 200 meters ahead of me, and then aim the camera at my bow as the dolphins come at the camera and swim. I'm hoping that works out. So that's one use case I'm really excited about, trying that and seeing how that works. I mean, the other thing is simply also just checking the hull, checking the rudder, checking the prop. I can stick this thing on and then throw the SwellPro overboard and power around and check things out without even, I don't have to stick, normally you would stick a GoPro in or dive in, but I don't have to do any of that. Sticking a GoPro in might be easier, but in this case, with the pontoons, you can purchase pontoons for the drone and put the pontoons on the bottom, and you can use it like a boat. You can power the thing around like a remote controlled boat with this thing dangling on the bottom. So then you could do like a 360 sweep of your hull without having to walk around your boat carrying a GoPro stick or jump in the water, which in my case is something I'm not extremely thrilled about all the time because I have a fear of sharks that I have to overcome. So one of the reasons why I'm buying a sailboat and sailing, because I have to overcome some of my fears. So anyways, this is the camera. I don't know how much you can see of it. It's black, it's heavy. It's got a nice mount, 3-axis gimbal. Goes underneath the drone, obviously, and then this accessory will help extend down into the water. So I'm going to put it all together. I'm going to have fun with small metal screws, aluminum fixtures, aluminum casings, etc., and connect up my phone, charge the battery, and see how the app works. Back again. I'm going to go over the installation of the props just to do that and just to see it, because I'm pretty excited about seeing it with the props. Trick carbon fiber props. Okay, we got CW clockwise, CW to CW. Supposed to line up. Okay, they go in. Not so easy. I imagine it's easy once you know how the response, once you know what to expect, basically, how much force to apply. It doesn't seem like it was that difficult though on all the videos I watched. Okay, maybe I have to read the instructions. I'm going to go to counterclockwise, CCW. I'm going to see how this one goes on. Maybe it's easier. CCW, CCW. Okay, that one went on easier. So now I understand the forces required, the motion required. Let's try CW again, this clockwise one again. I should probably be wearing my glasses, but that's definitely one, a single C. It doesn't want to spin. It doesn't want to engage. Let's try this, spin this around 90, 180. Okay, that one went in. So what it is the clockwise one, you go actually counterclockwise to lock it. The counterclockwise ones, you go clockwise to lock it in. So I got two more to do, so let's see if I understand this correctly now. Do it correctly. So this is CW. That's CCW, this must be CW, which it is. So you find the point, the lock, there's a little dot, basically, and there's an unlock symbol, and then you push down and you go counterclockwise on these, I think. Okay, there is some force to be applied. It's a spring-loaded, there's definitely pressure that needs to be applied. And I didn't want to break anything, obviously. This thing being not cheap, so I'm going to do the last one. And then we'll get a good look at the completed, well, it's not completed because I have to put the camera on. Okay. Look at this bad boy. We have lights underneath too. These what they appear to be white lenses. Those are lights, and I think two of them, they're green and red, basically indicating front and back. So that's that installation part. I'm going to go ahead and mount the camera now. I probably won't do that on camera, but I will get the camera set up. These antennas you can rotate up. I think this is how you lock. Yeah, you can rotate them up, lock them in place. Maybe you can see it better now. So you rotate up, you can unscrew this a little bit so you can get it up over the 90-degree frame. That squeaking wasn't cool. I'll put a little WD-40 or silicone on that. But that feature allows you to, so if you're gonna fly in normal situations, you'd probably use them up. But if you're gonna go extremely high, or in this case, actually, if you're gonna be using this as a boat, and you're gonna be basically sea level, and you're on your boat, you can get a better signal from these to these if these are up. Because if you have them down and you're using this as the boat in the boat mode, let me just unscrew these, get these down. So if you have these down and you're using this on the sea, and this is on the water, going along on the water as a boat, then you might lose signal. It's not going to be quite as strong. But this is a cool feature. I guess it's not found in many drones. Nice action, solid feel. I'm liking this. Charging the battery now, and I think I have to charge this too, although I'm not sure, but on the remote. But I'm going to charge this now too, and then I'll start to play with it. Get the app, get the phone mounted here onto the bracket, and then I'll get the app going. And one thing I will not do, as much as I'm tempted to do it, I will not start this in the kitchen here. I watched a video the other day on how to fly drones, and somebody said the one thing you do not want to do is start your drone in the house. You're only going to fly it right into the wall. So I won't be doing that as much as I want to. I will be going outside tomorrow. I don't know what the weather's going to be like. I'll have to check the weather, but hopefully the flight conditions are good. Weather conditions are good for my first test flight. And see you tomorrow. Back again. So one thing, I mounted this, I just wanted to play with this and see how it looked. I found you need actually a pretty decent sized flathead. There's a screw here to allow the bracket to open up. And you can't do it by hand, and you can't do it with a butter knife, or it's not recommended. They do include a screwdriver for the small, tiny screws. I don't have my glasses on, I can't tell what that is. But they do include this for the tiny, tiny screws that mount the camera with the aluminum brackets, etc. So you get a lot of tiny screws, not a lot, but you get, I think, 8, 10. They don't include a screwdriver for that. It's unfortunate that this screw isn't somehow easier. Something like a GoPro, you know, maybe it would be something, if it was nice, like if it was like this, it might be nice. But anyways, minor thing. But yeah, just waiting till tomorrow. Okay, we are back, and it's a bit later, and I have charged the battery, and as you can see, things are flashing. So I'm just figuring this out as I go. Going back to the propellers, the installation of the propellers, if I had read the directions, I would have known that the clockwise one goes on counterclockwise, and the clockwise one goes on clockwise. It was like page 1 in the instruction manual. Anyways, I'm checking the firmware on the remote, and I got version 2.43 for the remote control firmware. Flight control firmware F version 2.59.1354. I have no idea what that means. I'll have to. I emailed them. We'll see if they reply. They've been really good about replying, so we shall see. At the moment, I'm really happy with the controller and the overall build quality of the product, the design, the look. It's pretty cool. Then we have the app running. we have the remote control running, and we have the drone running. Look at that baby. I'd love to be using this at night. I want to check that out at night. Fortunately, I won't be doing that. Not anytime soon anyways. But yes, the app looks pretty cool. And everything is set up, I think. Tomorrow, I will go out as soon as I can. I got a few things to do in the morning, errands, etc. But then I'll go out and get this baby up in the air. So apparently there are some pretty strict restrictions on flying. You need a license, etc. So I'm going to hold off on showing any video of the drone flying. My test flights were relatively successful. Sorry I can't show you more video. It's pretty cool what I got. But anyways, next episode is going to be an interview. And this one will be fun. Trust me, you want to join me for this one. So next week it'll be airing on December 11th. And Patreon members can view it early on Friday, December 8th. Once again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Be sure to like and subscribe, of course. It helps out a lot. I appreciate it. And of course, be sure to check out some of my other videos, one of which is shown here. And I hope you enjoy watching all my other videos as well. Thanks again. Ciao.